Presently or prior to 1st of July, the graduate work, they were required to choose an occupation from a list. That was mainly for the vocational level courses, graduate work stream. We will not have to use the occupation skill list for the time being. Basically, they could apply for the new graduate work visa under those provisions until 30th of June 2023, even if they were overseas for a day or a week or a month or a year, whatever. As far as they were overseas during that duration, there is no occupation being applied for. And secondly, previously there was the requirement that two studies they are closely related to each other. But now, for the time being, under these relaxed provisions, you could do two separate studies.
Good everyone, my name is Navneet Anand from aajKal, local and global. July 2022, many changes have come in different visa streams. Subclass 4 and 5 are the recent changes. We thought, why not we invite Mr. Amrit Jagota, a registered migration agent and expert in migration advice. Amritji, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, my privilege.
Subclass 485, there are two different streams. Which one are these?
So currently they are graduate work and post-study work, right? They are the two streams.
The changes that have come from 1st of July, I think it's the graduate work visa. What exactly are they?
So basically, presently or prior to 1st of July, the graduate work, they were required to choose an occupation from a list. And that actually is being temporarily relieved up until 30th of June 2023.
So what you're saying is the graduate work visa, they had to apply or nominate a particular skill before they can apply. So this was mainly for the diploma and trade courses?
That was mainly for the vocational level courses, graduate work stream.
So what exactly are the changes now?
The changes are, we will not have to use the occupation skill list for the time being. And also previously they were required to apply for skill assessment. They were required to provide that the skill assessment has been later approved. And also they were supposed to show that the studies they have done for those particular occupations, they're all closely related to each other. So now they are all being relieved for the time being.
So what I understand, if prior to 1st of July 2022, if somebody has done a trade course or a diploma course, first they have to apply a nomination, and the nomination has to be on the list of graduate work visa. But after the changes, they are no more required to nominate a particular skill.
That's right. So initially they were supposed to choose an occupation for the graduate work stream. And now from 1 July until 30th of June, that is being released.
So what's the validity of this visa going to be?
So that basically they could apply for the new graduate work visa under those provisions until 30th of June 2023. There are provisions, if the minister want to extend it, then obviously it will be a date anything future, more to the 30th of June 23, otherwise until 30th of June.
So this is the time frame that they need to apply from 1st of July 2022 until 30th of June 2023 if minister does not increase the duration of these changes. But what would be the validity of the visa?
That would still be the standard provisions, like presently someone, if they have done master, they get 3 years, but this cohort get 2 years, they will still get their 2 years worth of visa.
When we talk about the relevance towards the nominated skill occupation, then the courses has to be closely related to nominated occupation. But what I understand, as you said earlier, the courses does not have to be closely related to the occupation because there is no occupation being applied for.
Exactly. There is no occupation being applied for. And secondly, previously there was the requirement that two studies they are closely related to each other. But now, for the time being, under these relaxed provisions, you could do two separate studies. For example, diploma in marketing and certificate 3 in hairdressing, and you're still fine.
So as long as the courses are there for 2 years of duration on COE, according to the PRISM, the 92 weeks requirement is still there.
That's right. That 2 years requirement is there. It can be through one course if that actually is designed for 92 weeks or more, or it can be a combination of more than one course.
For example, I go and do a certificate 3 in commercial cookery, which is for 52 weeks, and then I do a diploma in leadership management or something of that sort, will that be accepted?
That's right. That is acceptable.
Replacement stream. I think this is something very, very new that has come up. What exactly is it?
See, basically, replacement stream is for those visa holders or previous visa holders of subclass 485, those who were overseas during 1 February 2020 up until 14th of December 2021, and because the borders were closed, they were not able to come into Australia, and they lost a lot of their time off their 485 visa. And our replacement stream is more designed to actually compensate them with a similar new visa for the future.
So what we're talking is, this replacement stream visa is only for those people who were stuck overseas. They were on 485 but were not able to come because of the restrictions on temporary visa holders.
That's right. That's exactly right.
If they spent 1 month, 1 year, 1.5 years, or 1 week, so will there be any difference between these stays that they have already had while they were overseas?
No. Even if they were overseas for a day or a week or a month or a year, whatever, as far as they were overseas during that duration.
The duration, can you tell the dates once again, please?
For this one, if they were overseas between 1 February 2020 until 40th of December 2021, because from 15th of December 2021, there was relaxation in borders, and obviously people would come to Australia.
I think this is the news for all those students who have graduated, passed of their studies. They were granted 485 either overseas or when they were in Australia, but the duration 1st of
February 2020
until 14th of December 2021.
Yes.
If anybody was out of Australia, but if they come back within these dates, will they be still eligible?
No, they rather come after this date, because they come 15th of December on 2021 onward, because this is when the borders were open.
But in some cases, some of the students may have been granted the provision to travel overseas because the spouse was in the critical sector. So what would happen to them?
In that case, if they were granted according to the rules, they would have been then again back out of Australia before 15th of December 2021 for them to avail those provisions. I personally estimate that the number of that cohort of people will be very, very low.
Now, this is absolutely a wonderful news for all those people who had gone through a lot of stress, pain, and wasted their time even after doing their studies and were granted the 485 for a particular duration. Now they are back in Australia. So this would have nothing to do with the graduate work visa or the post-study work visa. It is more of a 485 in general.
That's right. They might have received their first 485 visa under any stream, whether it was graduate work or post-study work, right? But on the other hand, while they were out of Australia during the COVID period, the borders were closed, they were not able to travel back into Australia, and for some major part of their visa duration, they were not able to avail. For some, it may only be a day or a week, but now when they apply for replacement visa, they will be given a new visa.
And the duration
full
of the
duration.
So when we say duration of the visa, full duration, what would it be?
What the original visa normally is. For example, for master degree it's 3 years, for vocational courses or bachelor degree it is 2 years.
So even if they were granted 2 years visa based upon their masters earlier, but now they would be given a 3 years of a visa if they had completed the masters.
That is what the indication is.
That's what the indication is. Any visa fees that they have to pay?
Yes, they will have to pay the full fees of as if they were applying for a new first visa of that sort. So it's the full fees.
Now, talking about the validity of this replacement stream, what I understand, if I was granted a subclass 485 and I was out of the country on 1st of February 2022 but was not back until 14th of December 2021, I am eligible to reapply for this replacement stream visa. The duration would be 3 years if I had done masters, 2 years if I had done bachelors, or the graduate work visa, whatever it was, that would still be 2 years.
That's right. That's right.
That is absolutely wonderful news. We all have gone through very, very difficult times. The stress reached to a level that we started thinking, what direction are we heading to? But hope sustains life. So this is one of the news. Amrit ji, thank you so much. But before we wrap up, what would be your message to any forthcoming student who are coming on a student visa after completing their studies overseas, or the people who are wanting to have the 485 redone, or people who are waiting for the migration, the permanent skill visa at the moment? So what would be your suggestions to them?
See, basically, if we look at these new changes, obviously, I would suggest, and my view is they will be used very carefully while the visa holders are here. They should be preparing themselves for the future. They should be looking at what are the sort of skills in short supply if they want to use or take help from any states. If they want to move to some states, they should plan it very carefully, as if it's like more like a bonus period. Use it very carefully.
Now, on behalf of the whole student community as well as the registered migration agent, I urge the current government to re-look into the regulations and do grant the permanent visas to all those students who stood by Australia at the difficult times. आज हमने की अमृत जगोता से बातचीत और मैं आपका नवनीत. अमृत जी, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
One-stop answer to your Australian education and visa matters. Gemco Sydney. Dream big, achieve big.
Fiji Times. Be with the times.